Hello Linux lovers, my name's Wimpy, welcome to my world. Good morning, I've got a cup of tea. Have you got a cup of tea? Gonna do some stuff with Quickemu again today. Gonna be taking a look at a couple of user interfaces that exist for it. What is it with this? Why am I even battling this? Let's just type this in. I need to get better prepared at this stuff. There we go. Send now. There we go. So, Quickemu again. That's a project I've been working on and off for a bit. One of my friends has made a user interface for it, a graphical user interface. So my good friend Mark. And I thought I'd test that out, take that for a test drive, see how it works. Hello, Mark. As if by magic, he appears. I'm going to be taking a look at your Quickemu GUI today. So, thank you very much for working on that. I thought I'd take it for a spin, show everyone what it does. And then I'm going to work on some bugs in Quickemu, one of which is possibly going to be putting together, let's hope it doesn't crash indeed, one of those is going to be putting together maybe the first sort of machine readable output that the UI makers can call once and then get a list of like the distros releases and stuff like that. Good morning, Mike, how you doing? Hello Takov, welcome back. Yes, good morning. I've just, in fact, I've had a curious start to the day. I've actually had a cup of coffee already. A cup of tea is much nicer. On account of having to do some family stuff at whilst it was still dark. So I managed to go to Starbucks and awaken myself at about 7:45 this morning. So, cup of tea, that's more like it. That's much better. So we're going to take Quickemu GUI for a whirl, and then there's a couple of complicated bugs in Quickemu. I say in Quickemu, I suspect in Fedora and Arch Linux, but that's just me throwing shade. But we'll see how we go. So let's go over to the code area and see what we've got. So did a couple of updates to Quickemu over the weekend. I suppose the other big thing is that Quickemu is now participating in Hacktoberfest. So if we go and look at the pull requests and the closed pull requests, everything that has been a PR this month, I have tagged with Hacktoberfest accepted. So if you're taking part in Hacktoberfest and you've contributed to Quickemu, then you'll be getting some Hacktoberfest points as a result. So in the README, I have decided to I thought it was the nice thing to do is to highlight those people that are making graphical user interfaces, of which there are two, astonishingly. So the one we're going to be looking at today is Quickemu GUI by Mark, and then we also have Quickgui by Yannick. Now, what's interesting about these is they're both implemented in Flutter, which is good to see. Desktop Linux apps implemented in Flutter. But the reason I'm going to take a look at Mark's today is that Mark has first mover advantage, basically. Mark was the first person to publish their project on GitHub and has rather thoughtfully put a pre-compiled version of his app here. So let's go and download it. And we'll stick this in, we'll create a new directory called cruft, which is like a standard location for where I test things. So I'm going to test this in two ways. I'm going to start by putting it in an empty directory and running it. And I'll use the system installed version of Quickemu rather than like my Git local branch, because I don't want to trip Mark up with anything that I may have added that could break things, that's in my local development branch. So we'll where did that open? Somewhere over here. Hello. Is that on the right screen? It looks like it might be. So let's extract that here. And then we'll take a quick look at Mark's project here, so to get an idea of what we can expect it to do. So it says it's a GUI for Quickemu. Great. It provides an interface for setting up the new VMs with quickget, starting and stopping existing VMs, written in Flutter. So I could build it. I don't want to do that. Mark's made me a nice, ready runnable thing, at least we hope. So download it, and the app will find any Quickemu configs, detect the associated VMs are running, and display a list. Wow, okay, so this is the full thing. Or we can use quickget to... So I'm going to craft as in rubbish. It's just an area where I test stuff. So I create a craft directory, do some testing, and then when I forget about it and I see that sitting in my home directory, I know, oh, that was something I was testing, and I can delete it. But I just wanted to give it a clean starting area, and then I'm going to put your Quickemu GUI in my Quickemu directory and see how it does in finding my existing machine configurations. And something that I'm probably gonna, I've got some actual bugs I need to do some work on, but the one I'm interested in probably doing is a self-filed bug, which is this one, which is specifically for the likes of Mark and Yannick, and I asked for their comments, which is what could we do in quickget to provide a convenient list of things, because it kind of does it at the moment, but Mark just found a nice way to coerce it as opposed to doing a proper thing. Mark also requested a validate option, which I'll have to think about, because we do validate some things but not all the things, so we can work on that. And they've both requested JSON. It's a bash script, fellas. may struggle there. So my POC, my minimum viable product, is going to be a comma separated text file. I think is the easiest thing to do to actually get something working. So hello Esme, thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah, that's a new feature actually. So Esme spotted me doing something there. It's a new feature in GitHub. If you've got subheadings in your README, you get a table of contents on that little menu here, so you can jump to the thing you want to read about, like macOS compatibility. So there you go. Yeah, that's quite nice, quite a time saver that. Hey TC, welcome back. How you doing? Right. Right then. Takov says, I tested with Windows 11. It was a painless experience. Takov, are you running Ubuntu? Just out of interest. Or an Ubuntu. Just as I've seen, it starts with a network connection and wants to log in. So that's just changed. So you're saying there, just as I have seen, it starts with a network connection and wants to log in. I fixed that last night. Let's look at that now. So Microsoft have actually changed the setup on Windows 10 and Windows 11. So if you download the ISO, as quickget does, for Windows 10 or Windows 11, and that VM, and this is true for real computers as well, starts with an active network connection that can reach the internet, it will do an online update, and you can't do the local account creation anymore. That literally happened like a couple of days ago. So I have a crafty workaround to that, which is now in the Git version of Quickemu. It's not in a released version yet. But if we look at, we had this issue, let's go and look at it, which is this one here. Windows 11 gets the Corp School ISO. Okay, so I initially closed this because I thought they were holding it wrong, but it turns out, thanks to Phil's feedback, that actually when there's a network connection, that option has gone away. So I asked Dan to confirm, and he did. And Mark here had this excellent idea. This could be circumvented by disabling internet access. So I tried that one of two ways, and in the end I did this. Disable all network interfaces during the Windows install. So what happens now is Quickemu can know whether or not like an install is happening or not. So if there's an install, it disables all network interfaces. What I learned is Quickemu, if you don't tell it that, or you don't tell it to not apply any default settings, will always add a network interface to your virtual machine. So this turns off all NICs only when Windows is installing. Otherwise it sets up the network interface. So now when you install Windows, zero internet connectivity, and you can go through local account creation. So if you run the version from Git, that should solve the problem that you've just described, Takov. How new is that? Brand new, like a couple of days ago, Esme. And Takov, yes, I know you can use JQ for JSON. Most of the time you use that for sort of parsing JSON that you already have. Whereas what Mark and Yannick want is to create a JSON response, which you can do with JQ, but it's not as straightforward as you would think. So I'm going to try and facilitate that JSON request, but to start with I thought a CSV is like the absolute easiest thing I can do. Okay, so let's have a look. So before you jump to Arch, if Quickemu is important to you, hold fire on that, because we're trying to debug Fedora and Arch issues with firmware and starting Windows 11. Right then. So CSV would work, one line per OS. Yeah, so I'm thinking, actually, because Yannick had a request for pretty name, so I'm thinking pretty name, like display name, the OS, the release, and then for the Windows stuff, there's that optional what language do you want to download, so tacking the language on the end. So maybe that'll work, Mark. But I'll take a peek at that in just a moment. Anyway, so there we go. That was just answering that question about local account creation, and that is fixed in Git but not released yet. As you can see, it was literally last night I did that. And then yeah, we've got a bigger bug that, and I also want to fix this one because this should be relatively easy to fix, but I think we'll do this one for Yannick and Mark today because it fits with this. And maybe if Yannick's able to do a build of his thing as a tarball, then we can take a look at that one tomorrow or the next day. So let's go and fire up Mark's Quickemu GUI. So here it is. It's open. I've actually opened it inside there. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pull all of those files out. Cut. And paste all of that. Oop, I didn't want to do that. Paste all of those there. And then I'll just replace skip. Oh man, what have I done? Okay. Extract to there. This directory. Go. Oh, it's done it again. I'm just being pedantic. And paste that there. There we go. That's it. Right, now we've got it. So we're starting this in an empty directory, just in cruft. So I will add, well, obviously we're going to select our operating system. So this is a very traditional looking Flutter app. So select our OS. We'll choose Ubuntu Mate, and Ah, interesting. Oh, because... Oh, no, that's right. Jammy's the brand new one. That's right. So let's do Impish and go and get that. So that's off downloading, and I can see it's definitely downloading. So that will take a while, I suppose. Maybe I should have done this bit beforehand. Right then. So whilst that's going, let's go and take a look at how we could potentially implement this list of VMs. So it's only required in quickget. And what do we do at the moment? We have if OS equals. We'll just cheat for the moment. We'll just say if OS equals list, then we'll get all list, or just say list all. There we go. That is like the quick and dirty way to accomplish this. So we need to iterate through all of these, don't we? So list all, what can you do? Let's do let's just put that in for the time being, and then tell you what, maybe we'll get rid of that and we'll start a terminal here so that we can actually play a bit more nicely. So that is a bit rubbish. I'm planning to have it show the progress. Yeah, let me know. So I do output the progress to the terminal to stand it out. And there are different ways you can display that. So maybe there's another flag we can add to, you know, like -- user is a GUI, you know, making it up as I go along, which maybe presents the download progress in a way that you can ingest. So if you do a bit of research on like what the easiest way to ingest wget's progress is, let me know and I'll, you know, I can add that. Right then, let's just flip back to Mark's app. It's still downloading. So let's just go to development. What are we doing? We're doing quick, and we'll just do quickget and list. And all this should do is just say, oh, you must specify an OS release name. Well, I thought I had. You must specify an OS release name. That clearly can be folded. That needs to go there actually, and then this doesn't apply, does it? So that's going to do list all, and list all connects it. That should do it. So let's just do this with an exit 0, and let's just run that and make sure we get the desired output. Why is it telling me error? What am I being dim about there. Oh. Oh, I see. I need to do that, don't I? There we go. That's where I need that little bit of logic. Just there. There we go. Right, let's try that again. Like I said, it's early. There we go. That's good. Right, so let's start putting this together now. So we've got a bunch of things which are OS support. So I think we could do something like for OS in OS support. This is do done. This is not the final thing. This is just to get the thing working. Echo. Oh, we want to make that local. OS. Print. OS. So this should just produce a list, hopefully. Nope. Why do I need to do that? Don't think I do. No. Why doesn't that work? OS support. Ah, yes, that's why, because it's an internal reference. Yeah, okay. There we go. Let's try that. Okay, so we're making progress now. So we need to do a loop of OS, then for each OS a release loop, and then for Windows a language loop. So let's see how we go. So for each OS can I call releases its name? I think I can. So echo -n OS comma, and then we want to do for release in this is going to be funky. Release do done echo -n release, and we'll put a comma on there for the moment, and we need to have a local release. Don't know if that's going to work. It's going to be something like that. Close. For release in. Oh yeah, I can't. OS for release in. That's it. Release OS. OS. That's what I'm missing. Okay, let's try that. Nope. Oh, it's a. Okay. Release FreeBSD command not found. What have I got wrong here? What are they called? Releases. And then here we need a special case, which is if OS. So we need a special case for Ubuntu, because that's kind of like this wild card, because there's, you know, Ubuntu, Lubuntu, and all the rest of it. So if we do equals star Ubuntu, like so, which means if the OS contains Ubuntu, then instead of yeah, then we do this. Then we say OS equals Ubuntu. So that just means that that will always call the same sort of, what would they be called? In Python, I suppose it'd be a generator. There we go. And now we need a just an echo, I think we'll just put there for the moment, just to cheat a little bit. And build that again. Oh, how are we doing here? No, that's not quite right, is it? That needs to be 4. Hang on, I've noticed some chat. So, what the heck is that sparkle after that? Oh yeah, do you like that? That's a little bit of shiny for make the stream more interesting. That only happens on some laptops, Esme. It depends on what the range on the laptop display is. Some of them will go to 0. Esme's asking, you know, turn the screen brightness all the way to off, which you can do on some laptop models. I haven't quite got that right. What's that actually displaying? So it's doing it. Okay. So maybe what I want to do is this. Let's call this funk. Local funk. And then do that, because actually, thinking about this, we don't want to do that echo there. We want to do that every time. So we actually want to do OS, comma, release. Like so. There we go. Right, now we're cooking. So Windows, however, that's not right. Look at this. So Linux Mint, and I'm not seeing releases underscore command not found. So that must be for, oh, because we need to always set else funk equals OS. There we go. That's looking more like it. Windows 8, 9, 10, 11. Ubuntu. The Ubuntu's. And there's OpenSUSE. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. So, this is a start. We'll go with that for now, and then we'll add if so let's think, how do I nest this last one? I only want to do it for Windows, so we'll do if OS is Windows. Just a whole bunch of stuff there. So if the OS is Windows, then we also want to do else it's just that. We don't need to hold the line, so we'll do that. And in here, we will now do for lang do done. What's the Windows language generator called? Language is Windows. How convenient. So for lang in there, we'll then do I think I could just put that there. And then we get lang. And then we probably want a thing at the very top here, which is echo OS release language. There we go. So now, there we go. I think we're. Oh, we need an extra comma on the end of that, don't we? We need a comma here, and probably an empty comma there. What do you reckon, Mark? For MVP, how do we think that's looking? None of these languages have commas in them, so there we go. None of the Linux or FreeBSD. Thank you, Luke. Morning, how you doing? Certainly better than what you have now. Okay, so what we don't have now is we don't have no facility in quickget to display a pretty name. So I think that was quite a good idea of Yannick's. So, can we fudge this? We could just put this in this generator, couldn't we? There's a quick fix, which is this. Oh, no, I don't need to do that. So we could do this. OS, we could do display name. And to start with, we could just do the OS with the first character capitalized. That is probably going to get let's do this. Let's create a local display name, and in the OS here, in this block here, we'll say display name is equal to OS with the first letter capitalized. That's the MVP for pretty names, display name, because that will probably catch most of the Ubuntus and stuff like that, and some of the distros. So display name. So let's run that now. So things like Windows, Ubuntu, Ubuntu Studio, so that needs changing. So an Ubuntu Chillin and Ubuntu Budgie. Ubuntu's fine. Mac OS obviously needs work, so does OpenSUSE. Ubuntu's fine. FreeBSD, I think they capitalize the B, the S and the D, don't they? So what's the first one that needs work? Linux Mint. Oh, we'll use a case for this. Case OS in. You'll be our actual, because that's good enough. And we'll have Linux Mint will be so I think we had FreeBSD in that list somewhere, didn't we? FreeBSD, oops. And we'll give that a nice FreeBSD. And we had macOS. Which is macOS. And if we save that. Okay, how are we doing now? So we need to take care of some of the opens. Oh, hello! It didn't do macOS. What did I get wrong there? macOS display name. What have I overlooked? Oh, script's busted. There we go. That's better. So, OpenSUSE was in there, wasn't it? So, okay, and we'll probably have to do Ubuntu Budgie. Which is going to be, actually we could do Ubuntu Budgie, Ubuntu Mate, and Ubuntu. Oh, Studio and Chilling are different. So Budgie and Mate, we could say display name equals echo the OS, pipe it through said I wonder if this will work. Let's just do, I can't remember how to do camel case. I'm gonna have to look that up. So yeah, I'll look up how we do camel case on that. So let's just have a quick look at that. Bash string. That's not the answer we're looking for. Neither is. I thought there was a I thought there was a built-in for doing this. Oh, I'm clearly wrong. I thought there was a built-in. Okay, well, as there isn't, we will forget that and go back to plan A. So we'll have Ubuntu Budgie and Ubuntu Mate. Oops. Budgie. And then we need to account for Ubuntu Studio, which I think is spelt like that. And Ubuntu Chillin, which I also think is without a hyphen. Right, let's give that a quick whirl and see what we've got. So we've got Budgie, Chillin's not, oh okay, it's hyphenated, so that's fine. Oh, and Studio is as well. Okay, so both of those I've obviously taken care of the hyphenation in this. So how are we doing now? There we go. Ubuntu Mate, Ubuntu Studio, Ubuntu OpenSUSE, Mac OS is right, Ubuntu, Kubuntu, Fedora, and FreeBSD. That, what do we reckon? I think that'll probably do it, won't it? For a starter for 10. Oh, hello, this is wrong. It's broken the line on bracketed words. So I need to change the IFS on that loop to break on carriage return only, I think. So let's do that. Let's just double check I'm not doing something silly with the language. Yeah, it's there. So Mark, are you happy with this being empty for language, or would you rather there was like a none in there or a null or something like that? If he's still watching, of course. So let's just go and can never remember. There we go. That's what we want. Doink. So let's just run that again. Hello. That's clearly not what I want. Why is that breaking? So, hello, I have no sound because work and colleagues and all that. Okay. Hello. Hello, Yannick. How you doing? Well, I'll show Yannick what we've got so far because maybe he can figure it out. But there we go. So, oh, it's breaking on spaces. Breaking on spaces. I'm pretty sure it is IFS. Yeah, it is. There we go. Let's try this idea then. So let's just do this for overshot. Nope, that's not doing it. Why not? While read. Okay. While read the thing, do the line until done the file. Don't have a file, but I could create one. Well, I've used IFS many times before. Why is this not doing the right thing? Oh, does it need to be outside the loop? I can't imagine that's right, but okay, let's try it for okay. What has that done? Not what I wanted at all. I've now got all the languages. Am I... Let's just go and see how we're generating that languages list. That's doing the right thing. Maybe we need to do something like this. Let's try that. And then go back up here and get rid of all of that IFS stuff. Oh, it's still breaking. What? Making me sad. Does English International get broken over 2 lines? Yeah. We will keep these quotes, however, because this makes this much more readable. You can see people typing. I'm hoping somebody's telling me how to solve my problem. Default language is all you get. Okay, fine. So, I was tempted to ditch Windows altogether. Yannick, you can't do that. Yeah, I saw that. I want to add those because I want to investigate why it was not working in anything other than Spice. And I think I know why. And I think this may be the end of the screen coercion stuff, because I think that's what's breaking it, and if it is, then that's a compatibility issue, so it's gonna have to go. Right, so yes, we've got pop and elementary. I can't merge those. They're corrupt. Not corrupt, they're non-mergeable. They're conflicts, Yannick. And I know you said you fixed it, but there's more conflicts. French Canadian is not quoted. Yes, there we go. So let's do that. And it's still... Why? Maybe I need to do the IFS thing here. Was it dollar? I can never remember this. I'm going to guess it was dollar. That? Does that look right? Let's go and find out. How close did I get? No. IFS equals /n. Okay. I thought there was supposed to be a dollar in there somewhere. Yeah, that doesn't look right to me. Yes, exactly. I was right. Dollar. And then we'll unset it down here. Oh, come on. Why? That's really annoying. It's really annoying me. That's even more bizarre. What's all that about? Ah, cunning idea. I wonder if we can actually... Let's do the last one in the list. Let's do the first one as we're here, which is the last one. Spanish Mexico. Still doing it. I'm utterly bamboozled. Don't split the string on spaces, use an array. Yes. Yes. C star 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 for an example to copy. What does star star? What was that supposed to be? I think what you're suggesting is I do something like this, which is langs equals that, right? And then fill this with all of that stuff. And return. Yeah. 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 The thing is I need to preserve this functionality, so I'm just thinking how to do that. So I can just echo all of the languages. Local langs equals that. Then we'll say langs is equal to this. Well, just get rid of replace. Oh, I don't want to do this all the way through the file. I'll just do this for where I need it. So yeah, hang on. Yeah, I see what you're going for there, language, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm just using newer bash syntax to do it. So I'm dropping that declare because I've created the array as an empty array at the start. Or did I? I hope I did. Yeah. So if I do that, I should be able to do echo. What's the semantics for that? It's there we go. Something like this. Now I know this isn't what I want to do. I'm just preserving some existing functionality for elsewhere in the script, and then I'll do the thing. So if I do that, and I do quick get Windows 11 I can't remember. G. No. Oh. Oh, of course it's in the sodding array, isn't it? What fun. Ah, come on, go away. Don't want that. Failed to get. So it doesn't like... I can't remember how I produce a list. Stop making one big string and passing it with spaces. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm trying to for lang in langs. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I need to return that in some way. So it can't be a local variable. It needs to be a global. So we'll not echo out this lot here. For lang in, so this is going to be for lang in languages Windows. Call that once there, and then this should be I think maybe no, why is it only done the first language? What if oh, because it's an array, you idiot. That maybe is what I'm missing. Did I save that? No. Oh, it's still bloody doing it. What have I... okay, very much. Thanks very much, Stuart. Speak to you soon. Funny it complains about the parentheses, but not the spaces. But it's still doing the same busted thing. So that hasn't helped me in the slightest.
Thank you for the follow, Rom1 Detroit.
Thanks very much. Let me just go back and look at what language was typing and see that I've done a thing. Oh, quotes around. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've done that. This is the next item. Oh, I haven't. Right. Let's try that then. There we go. Now we're in business. There we go. So, yes, I should probably use more arrays. So now what I need to do is... wherever I've got languages Windows, I probably need to do something like that. So let's just go and find where else I'm doing this. Copy, Control F. Languages Windows, that's fine. Here it is, and then we'll do for lang names. Okay, so actually we can just do oh gosh, I'm gonna have to, that's not gonna work. If that is not in that. Okay, so all of that's going to need refactoring. Okay, I'll have to have a little think about that. Right then. I wish. Sorry. Well, actually, it's possible. It's possible to do things over the over. I mean, I could turn something on it. It would be a checkered flag. I think it's probably not. It's not the same camera actually, so it's fine. So we need to change this to say in array. So let's just quickly remind myself how to do that. Bash string in array. Oh yeah. If whatever you want to do with the contents of this value. So I think it's going to be, we want to do that, and then we want to say if langs lang name. So get rid of that. We'll just comment that out for the moment. So we'll just try this. We'll do Windows 11 Winkle. Oh man, it's not doing it. What doesn't it like about that? No. So let's just I'll have to have a think about that. I was wondering if it'd be sorting the, what's that? Sorting this in a oh, let's have a look. Sorry, I was wondering if it would be outrageous storing this in a file. There's no need. It'll only take a fraction of a second to auto generate this list, so you can just call that each time you want to refresh the list, and it should do that nice and quickly. Okay. List all. Let's just come back up here again. So we have to do some coercing of these things. It's a bit ugly, but it'll do, I suppose. This is fine. I suppose we could do this, couldn't we? Why doesn't that work though? I suppose actually that we could just call once. We don't need to call it multiple times. We can just set the global variable, call it there. So we don't need to do that now. We do need to do that, however. And func. Yeah, that wants me to do that. Okay. So that should still generate the list correctly. Good. Hey Big Pod, how you doing? What do you mean store it outside of Quickemu? Is that what you're saying? Store this file outside of Quickemu? Good, glad to hear it. I'm just wrestling this now, so I don't know that I've found a good answer to this. If an item is in a bash array, let's just have a look. What are people suggesting? Okay, so they're saying that if array, that's a bit of a curious. I know I've done this before. So I could do that. I could just go through everything in the array and say break. But that feels wrong. None of these are giving me what I'm expecting to find. I'm sure there's an easy way to do this. So let's see here. Associative. No, we don't need that. We've just dealt with all of that. Okay. So using star as well as that. Okay. Echo value. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Will echo only once all values. Will echo individually each of the values. Okay. So I suppose I just thought something we should be doing is sorting that list, I suppose. Iterate over an array. Don't. How to remove? No. How to shuffle? Oh, that could be interesting. Shuffle on. I didn't know that that existed. That's interesting. How to check if it contains a value. Here we go. If my array thing contains that, return true even for a partial match. No, we need a. That's the same. Okay, well, let's try this. So that says A, says no, and A1 says no. Oh, sorry, it says yes. Okay, good. Yes. Okay. This is one of those times where you realise it's all taking too long. So let's just paste that in here, and we're going to do my array start is not approximately equal to, but actually equal to that. Let's just try that. There we go. That's good. Oh, I thought English was a supported language. Oh, it's. I've missed a quote in there somewhere. Around we go to the IDE again. Okay, let's look at our language list. There it is. We've missed that one. Oh, we've missed several. So, and this one. Okay, how many others have we missed? Brazilian Portuguese. Right, let's try that again. English is not a supported language. Let's try Latin. It's not a support, so it's always not a supported language now. Brilliant. I was exploring ways to produce passing it with JQ because JQ is a requirement anyway. Yeah, I've looked at that as well, Yannick. It is possible. The mechanism requires all of this looping stuff anyway, so I thought I'd get like this in as like the minimum viable solution, so that you have something, and then I can look at those loops and then do that whole value key thing with JQ to try and turn it into JSON. But for the moment, I thought this was the simplest solution, except it turns out, you know, this is where you start using bash because you think to yourself, well, this is going to be doing is running QEMU and running, you know, QEMU image and a couple of, and it's basically just a shell script. And then you find yourself down the road and you've got a load of string manipulation and, you know, array comparisons to do, and you suddenly realize, yeah, maybe this was, I should have chosen something else. If lang if not lang that, I think maybe that might be the correct syntax. Latin is not a supported language. What am I getting wrong here? Yeah, it's, you know, I always think to myself, oh, every time I have to use JQ, I have to go and read in depth about how to make it do things. So let's go back and read this. So that says if lang name is approximately equal to that. There we go. So that's going to work. Right. So this is going to break it though. Oh no, that's good. That. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, because that was that. So let's try this. So English X is not spot. There we go. We've done it. We've finally got it. Okay, so we've now got that, and we want to go and get our Lang's loop from up here. There we go. So if I now give it a shonky language, it will tell me what the valid ones are. There we go. Right, thank goodness we are back to a functioning script. So we'll save that. And there we go. So that is our MVP. There we go. So we have a simple mechanism to list. Now the only other thing I could think of doing here is sorting. So let's see if we can sort an array by did your download ever finish? Oh, Mark, of course. Yeah, I guess it must have done. Oh no, it didn't. That's worrying. Should we just go and have a little look and see what's going on there? Well, according to that, it stopped downloading an hour ago, and I can tell that that ISO image is not large enough. So, oh dear. Let's should we kick off this again and see if it works? So, what do? Can I can close it there. I do believe that has closed it. Yeah, okay. Let's run it again. Add Ubuntu Mate, select release, impish, quick get. So if we go to this window, it has resumed because it should use quick get to do this, so it should, you know, pick up where it left off from. So it is doing the right thing. Okay. There we go. So we'll let that run again for a little bit. Right, so let's just go back about sorting arrays and see what we get here. Oh gosh. Sorted array. You don't really need all that much code. Sorted, sort, ingest the array. Okay, if you say so. Let's see if that works then. So once we've got our big old list here, which would be about this point. Oh, this is echoing everything out though, isn't it? So we haven't got an array, we've got everything going to stood out. So we could do Takov's idea, which is stuff it all in a file, or we do actually just make it an array. Oh, but we don't want to sort it because we've got that. Yeah, no. No. If we sort the OS support, that might help. We might be able to do that. Where do I have another one? No, that was. Let's just go back to Mark's window again. Aha! There we go. Look, we've that's completed now. So we have Ubuntu Mate impish, and I have a use the spice display or a start. So if I do that, that's turning the feature on and off. Okay. So if I just click play, that's going to start. Did it start on the right screen? No, it's up here. Don't worry, it's up here. There we go. So that is starting Ubuntu Mate with its default, which is SDL. And here it comes. And if we go and look at this now, does it know it's running? The icon is supposed to stay green whilst it's running. Okay. So, let's just kill that. Let's turn the Spice version on and press play. So it stays green when you run the Spice version, by the looks of it, but not if you run it in the default, which is using SDL. So, oh, it's gone out again. If you click it, it should kill it. Okay. Oops, am I on the wrong screen again? I am. Sorry, it's opened it up here. Ah. It's here. So if I click the play button, it should kill it. No. Or if I click that button, it should kill it. No. Okay. Since I made it refresh the list every few seconds. Okay. So I've killed it by hand. It's definitely off now. It will only kill it if you click it while it's green. Okay. Starting the thing. And I think we've confused it now because we started it with Spice, it's going to be still running because it detaches the. Oh, it has. It's not there at all. Okay. Well, it's finding that machine that exists. Let's do this. Let's pick up this, and this copy, and drop it into my Quickemu. Paste, and run it in here and see what it finds. Ah, it's found them all. Look at that. So if I click play there, that has started the VM in SDL, but the green light's gone out. Okay. So there's that. Yeah, it's on the right screen. So that bit's working. But the killing it's not. So let's just shut that down. So oh, I can't actually navigate to the that was tricky. Shut down. Shut down. There we go. Okay. There we go. Yes, I've already done the artwork for Jammy Jellyfish. So the Devel version of Ubuntu Mate has artwork and stuff already done, the first uploads. Okay. Well, okay, Mark. Hopefully that was useful. A bit of testing feedback for you there, and oh, what have I done here? I'll let's kill that and go back to Quickemu. So what was I just doing? I was looking at sorting arrays, wasn't I? That was it. So if I'm in here now, it should sort the OS at least alphabetically, regardless of anything. So there's Ubuntu, Budgie, Ubuntu, Chillin Studio, OpenSUSE, macOS, Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Ubuntu, FreeBSD, Fedora. So that does look like it's in alphabetical order to me. And we could probably, even though it probably is in alphabetical order, we could probably, no, let's just go here. And we could do the same with the releases and sort those as well. Those should always be in order, but if for any reason they weren't, that would ensure that they're in the right order. And I suppose we could do the languages as well, because why not? So so the censoring things there, I'd be curious to know what that was, because it might be a bit too much. FreeBSD should be after. FreeBSD should be after. Yeah, I suppose it should, shouldn't it? I wonder why it's not. Let's do a... Well, let's make it actually working by do a reverse sort. And just make sure it's actually doing something. It's not doing anything, is it? That is not doing anything. Let's go down here, look at OS support, and well, that's the way we could do it, couldn't we? Well, now I'm confused again. I tell you what, I'm not gonna try and solve this one now as well. Just, we have something that works. I think what we'll do is we'll push that in as the initial version, and maybe we'll make it JSON another day. I mean, Yannick, as you're here and you're writing this stuff in Flutter, I don't know if Mark is still around. Is JSON going to be that much easier in terms of what you can do with Dart, or is a CSV like good enough? And also, is there anything else that you want in this list? I mean, there's not much else I've currently got available. But yeah, I think he's going to have a lot of work merging that into Pop! OS and elementary pull requests. So I haven't looked at CSV processing in Dart. JSON is definitely very easy. I don't imagine CSV will be much worse. Hopefully it should be, you know, if there isn't something that exists, it should be easy to implement. I think what we need to do in JQ is, you know, in these loops, have a bunch of object creation using JQ and then spit that out. So I will look at that. I think for the moment, though, I will commit this and call it like the initial version. You need a pretty name. Yeah, it's there. It's there, yeah. I've added that. So we've got this display name piece. So, you know, it's a little bit jank how that's done, but it's better than nothing. So yeah, there's the display name. Then the actual OS, the release, and then in the case of Windows, the languages that are available, and nothing in that field for the Linux releases. And the CSV has a header if that's helpful, because I suppose it tells you what these things mean. Hello, Paul. Welcome back. How you doing? Yeah, I realise JSON's like the sort of commodity thing to pass around, and I'm certain that that would be nice and easy from a Dart perspective. But you know, making JSON in shell script, you have to use JQ to make sure that everything's quoted correctly. So that's going to be fun. Right, okay. Annoying that that is not in order. So let's actually fix it this way. FreeBSD shouldn't be there. Should be like that, shouldn't it? Hang on, we got one missing here. No, we don't, do we? That's good. Okay, well, that should at least give you the pretty distro names in order now. That will do. Okay. So we don't need any sorting in here. That's all unnecessary, so we'll just get rid of that. There we go. Actually, using JSON in Dart is not that straightforward, as it passes that as a string map dynamic, because it has no idea what the values are. Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll just go with this then, until I get told otherwise that this is just absolutely unwieldy and a nightmare to work with. We'll call this good. Yeah, you can't make the JSON by hand in Bash. It's guaranteed to fail. You have to use JQ to make sure that it's all correctly formed. That much I do know. But I think what we have here is good enough. Good enough. That should probably be there. These are in release order, so that's correct. And these are in release order, so that's correct. It's not about being alphabetical. These are alphabetically ordered as published by Microsoft, so that's fine. Those releases are as released, so that's fine too. Okay, I think we'll go with that. Okay then, let's get this done. So we'll actually close this issue out, I think. What one was it? Add machine readable output. So ignoring the fact that JSON, oh, we haven't got the validate. I think we'll have to add that as a separate feature. The validate stuff. Do it on the Discord, Yannick, Mark. Get on the Discord and do it there, because then everyone gets to benefit from seeing the conversation. Right. Okay. We'll get this closed out. So let's jump into Git Kraken and we'll start a new branch here. What are we going to call this? Quick get list. Oh, we don't want that, do we? Let's say delete that. Yeah, let's delete. So there we go. List all. Okay. I think I'm just going to push this as one big. Okay. There we go. I think that. So this is close what now? What number was that? Close 97. Thank you, Paul. Right then. And we'll start a PR for that. So we'll God dear, I didn't do a very good job on that. Supported operating systems and releases. There we go. Create the PR. Right then. We'll wait for that to complete and we'll get that merged in. We'll add the label now, because I've realized that, you know, if I work on all of my projects through pull requests during the month of October, I'll get Hacktoberfest points. Normally I just push directly to the project, but I've decided to do it via PRs so that I can earn magic internet points for this month and participate in the Hacktoberfest. I'm trying out the Chatterino Twitch chat client, and so far I must say it's not bad at all. Yeah, so that's when Yannick, that's when Hacktoberfest finishes. So, you know, when it concludes, they will, you know, process all of the, you know, the tagged stuff. Mine are all pending as well. 14 days validation. What do you get? Trees or a t-shirt. I think we get to choose. Yeah, I think we get to choose. Right, there we go. We'll rebase and merge that. So we can delete that branch. I'll just go back to Git Kraken and do the tidy up this end. So we'll go to master, we'll pull that. That's done. And we can get rid of that local branch. And we're good. That issue should be gone. There we go. So, what's next? I see somebody submitted a PR for that. So, Yannick, did you... I don't suppose you had time to refactor yours. Let's have a look. Are these in good shape yet? No, they're conflicting, so we'll wait for that. So all of these are conflicting because of other changes now. And I need to take a look at this because this could be a helpful addition to... oh, that's also conflicting as well. So nothing merges at the moment. So the next one that I'm going to work on will be this one. Because there are some people, Arch Linux users by the way, that have Quickemu 6.1. And there's some changes in the display drivers in 6.1, and so I'll do a conditional to say if using 6.1 then set up the display devices this way, otherwise do it this way. And in order to test that, I submitted a build of Quickemu 6.1 to one of my testing PPAs so that I could actually, you know, test and validate this without having to install Arch or Fedora. But as it happens, this bug over here, I think I'm going to end up having to install Fedora, or yeah, probably Fedora, because I actually need to see this for myself, because it works fine in Ubuntu and I'm jumping through hoops to try and get stuff working for these Fedora and Arch users, and it's not working for them. So I need more feedback. It'll probably be quicker if I drag out one of my Entroware laptops and actually install Fedora 35. Also, this person is running it on Silverblue, so I suspect there's going to be a whole bunch of additional permissions issues there to deal with, which I'm not keen on getting into. So yeah, I think I need to test. Somebody here says it doesn't work and they haven't actually got the right stuff installed because, you know, nobody reads the documentation. So I'm going to put some hard breaks in, I think, that when, for example, it says here, secure boot was requested but no secure boot firmware was found. I'm going to add to that like what you should install in order to overcome that error rather than just telling you that. And there's a couple of other places where when stuff gets busted or where it finds things are missing, it's instead of like, it tries to degrade, like if you've suggested that you want, or if you've said you want EFI booting and there's no EFI firmware, it will try and boot in legacy boot. Hey Luke, thanks for that. But that's not helpful, because actually if you're trying to run Windows 11 you can't use legacy boot. So I think I'm going to change that behavior, that if you said use EFI and there is no EFI firmware available, it will just bomb out and say go and install, you know, EDK2 or OVMF. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to add some more bits and pieces. I've been having a think about other things we can add to the stream to make use of trigger point channel points. So I was going to work on that on Saturday night, and I'd got a few hours to sit down and do it, and I thought that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fancy up my OBS. And then I just saw how many bugs and things were in this project, and I was like, I probably need to get on that, because I want to get to doing this, the pass-through GPU, but I don't think I can go there until all of the other stuff is firmed up for the other distros, because as soon as it can do this, I think it's going to trigger another round of interest, and then you're just going to get a load of people disappointed because stuff's not working. So yeah, I think I need to get through some of the, like particularly this one. Definitely need to get this fixed. This is the nice to have. This is a good idea, and yeah, it's, and then probably this I need to fix as well. I've got an idea about how to do that. And this we will need before we can tackle that. So I saw that, I think it was Phil has submitted a PR for that. And then this, I haven't quite decided what to do about that one yet. But it's not critical. And this I'm probably going to close. All of these people saying verify everything that gets downloaded. I'm tempted to say to them, you know what? QuickGet's a convenience tool. It does the best it can to make life quick for you, but it's optional. You can download everything yourself. So if you want to actually validate that everything is from a legit source, download it all yourself and don't use QuickGet, which I think is what I'm going to recommend for this, because otherwise, you know, they want to implement full macOS recovery image chunk list certificate validations, which, well, I don't care. I've got better things to be doing than implementing that. And, you know, these sorts of things, these flags, help wanted, good first issue, don't seem to resonate with people. Hey, Eric, how you doing? Try my rusty old RPM packaging skills. Yeah, and also there's a Quickemu package in the AUR, and I don't know if it's actually got all of the necessary dependencies on it, so that probably needs updating to actually, because it would make Arch users' life easier if it actually installed everything it needs rather than half of the things that it needs. Looking forward to trying these UIs. Yeah, so we found a couple of bugs, and it looks like Mark is going to be working on fixing that later, and it looks like Mark and Yannick may be getting their heads together on collaborating on something, so we'll see how these evolve. And if Yannick, you can, oh, you've updated the PRs, Yannick, how nice. Right, well, let's go and do that, because that will enable me to confirm whether or not I think we have another bug to fix. So let's take Pop OS. Right, added pretty name. So, oh right, okay, you've done all of the good stuff. Okay. So I will. Oh, it still says it's got conflicts. That one. What about Pop OS? No, it's still got conflicts. It says no conflicts on your screen. Well, there we go. Do I have to click that button and something changes? Oh, there we go. Oh, that's changed. But it still says... Are we just waiting for GitHub to catch up? Or have you actually still got conflicts? It usually says in what files, so let's just do that. Automatically due to conflicts. Okay. Well, I could try using gitkraken to do it, but I'm curious as to why it's like that. Well, I'll leave that with you, Yannick. But what I think is we may have to ditch the this branch with the base branch. Only those with write access can merge the pull request. Well, how odd. I wonder how often that issue comes up. I wonder if there are people thinking, why haven't I merged things? So that one's still waiting. This one I don't think's been touched since this one has, yeah. So this one says, look, this is the conflicting file. And these just say it can't be merged. Or maybe I'll do it manually then, Yannick. Yeah, take a look. I'll have a look later. But I think that this may be the demise of that whole screen resolution coercion stuff, because I think that's what's throwing this off. I'd like to see that implemented in Bash. I think the only crypto miner in Bash that I've seen is Monero. Right. Okay. So I think that will do for now, because that was one new feature taken care of. Well, let's see here if people have responded to my request for feedback here. No, I've still got nothing. Bother. It looks like I'm going to be installing Fedora or something later then. I've got a feeling that the OVMF firmware in Fedora and Arch haven't actually been built with the appropriate stuff to do secure boot, is what I think the bug is. But I need to actually do it myself to prove it, I think, because yeah. Right, well, that's that. I'm going to be chatting on Linux Unplugged this evening, I think, or at least I hope so. So if any of you do that, I'll speak to you then. But failing that, I will probably try and do one of these tomorrow morning to belt through a few more of those bug fixes and what have you, because there's plenty there that need sorting out. Maybe getting close to pushing out a new release. Oh, well done, Linux Paul. Every time. That was a brilliant reminder. Thank you very much. So let's go and, well, first of all, that's not going there. Let's go and browse. Let's see, who have we got doing stuff today? Okay. Let's have a look here. NFT startup day. I'm not doing that one. Oh, here we go. This might be in French. So I think I'm going to go here because although it's in French, there is somebody here who speaks French, and this looks like it is in French. Here we go. So this is where we're going to go. For the benefit of one person in the stream. So let's get this raid set up, and we'll do that, and we'll start that. There we go. So there, the raid is underway, or will start momentarily. So thank you everyone for coming. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. So we're going to get the raid underway. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.